Imagine this, you're 1 week away from the vacation of your dreams. Everything is booked, but then you get an email that makes your heart stop. Your flight has been cancelled. To rebook, you just need to log in. You type in your password, and in that single moment, a complete stranger on the other side of the world gains the keys to your digital kingdom. You've just been phished. So, how did this happen? In our last video, we talked about the CIA triad, the 3 pillars that hold up our digital security. Phishing is one of the most common ways attackers demolish the first pillar, confidentiality. They don't need to be super geniuses or write complex code. They just need to be good liars. They are the con artists of the digital world. Confidentiality is all about keeping your secrets secret. Think of your password as the key to your digital identity. It guards your emails, your bank account, your photos, your entire life. A phishing attack isn't a brute force assault where a hacker is trying to smash down your door. It's a crime of deception. The attacker's goal is to trick you into handing them the key yourself, willingly. They don't need to be a coding genius, they just need to be a convincing liar. They are the con artists of the digital world. The word phishing sounds like fishing for a reason. In the beginning, that's what it was. Hackers would cast a wide net, a generic email sent to millions of people, hoping to catch a few unsuspecting victims. Think of the classic Nigerian prince email. It's important to understand that these con artists often don't even create their traps from scratch. They operate within a thriving underground economy. On dark web forums, they can buy what are known as phishing kits for as little as a few dollars. These kits are like a complete scam in a box. They contain the email templates, the pixel-perfect HTML code for the fake login pages of popular banks or services, and the back-end scripts needed to instantly capture and forward any stolen credentials. This drastically lowers the barrier to entry, allowing even unskilled actors to launch sophisticated-looking phishing campaigns at a massive scale. But today, these con artists have gotten much smarter. They've moved from wide nets to personalized, believable scams designed just for you. Let's break down the con artist's first attempt. This is a classic, generic phishing email. At first glance, it looks scary, but the clues are always there if you know where to look. First, check the sender. Real companies send emails from their official domain, not a weird one like info. Second, the generic greeting. Your bank or any legitimate service will almost always use your real name. Third, the fake urgency. They want you to panic, not think. It's a psychological trick to rush you into a mistake. And the biggest clue of all, the link. Always hover your mouse over a link before you click. This pop-up reveals the true destination, which is never the real website. This entire email is engineered to bypass the logical part of your brain and trigger your emotional, fight or flight response. The threat of losing your money or being locked out of your account creates a spike of cortisol and adrenaline. Your brain screams, "Fix this now," and that sense of panic is exactly what the hacker is counting on. They might even use advanced tricks like punycode in their links, where a letter from a different alphabet, like a Cyrillic A, is used to make a fake URL look identical to the real one. It's a layered deception designed to exploit both human psychology and technology. Okay, the generic approach failed. So the con artist does their homework. This is called spear phishing. It's not a wide net, it's a custom-made lure for a specific target, you. They scour your public social media profiles or company website to find personal details. Your job, your hobbies, your recent purchases, anything they can use to build a believable story. This reconnaissance phase is what makes spear phishing so terrifyingly effective. The attacker builds a virtual dossier on you. They'll check LinkedIn for your job title and work connections. They'll look at your Instagram for recent vacation spots or purchases. They might even look up data from previous breaches to see if your email was exposed elsewhere. They weave all these disparate pieces of information together to craft a narrative that feels deeply personal and incredibly plausible. It's not just a random email anymore, it's a message that seems to understand your life, your habits, and your needs, making it extremely difficult to dismiss as a scam. But Alex is getting smarter. They remember the number 1 rule: when in doubt, don't click. Check it out. Instead of clicking the link, they investigate. They use a third-party tool to check the link's safety. Even better, they contact the company directly using a phone number or website they know is legitimate. This applies everywhere. Scammers will try this over text message, which we call smishing, or with phone calls, known as phishing. Smishing attacks often prey on our reliance on deliveries and notifications. You might get a text saying, "Your package from Amazon has a delivery issue. Please update your address here," followed by a malicious link. Because so many of us are expecting packages, our first instinct is to click. Phishing has become even more dangerous with the rise of AI voice cloning. Scammers can now impersonate the voice of a family member, a colleague, or even your CEO, creating a hyper-realistic, panicked phone call asking for an urgent money transfer or sensitive information. The emotional manipulation of hearing a familiar voice in distress can be almost impossible to resist. The trick is the same: create panic and get you to hand over information. The defense is also the same: stop, think, verify. The con artist makes one last, desperate attempt. They go for the big fish. This is called whaling, a type of spear phishing that targets high-level employees with the authority to move money or access sensitive data. This is the cornerstone of a massive threat known as business email compromise, or BEC, which costs companies billions of dollars every year. The whaling email doesn't just look perfect, it exploits the corporate power dynamic. An employee is conditioned to respond quickly to a request from their CEO or CFO. The email will often say, "I'm in a meeting and can't talk, please process this wire transfer immediately." This creates immense pressure and discourages the employee from verifying, which is exactly what the attacker wants. But business email compromise has another, even more subtle form: vendor impersonation. Imagine the phantom isn't impersonating Alex's CEO, but instead, one of their company's regular suppliers. They send a polite, professional email from an address that looks nearly identical to the real one, stating, "Hi Alex, just letting you know for your records that we have updated our banking information. Please direct all future invoice payments to the new account details attached." There's no urgency, no panic, and no obvious red flags. It looks like a routine administrative task. The email looks perfect, the request seems legitimate, but Alex's training pays off. They spot a tiny inconsistency and verify the request through a different channel. Game over. And here's the ultimate shield: multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Think of it as a double lock on your digital door. Even if a phishing attack succeeds and a hacker steals your password, it is almost completely useless without that second factor. Imagine a bank vault: your password is the key, but the door won't open without the secret code that changes every 30 seconds. MFA is the digital deadbolt. Enable it on your email, your social media, your banking, enable it everywhere. By turning skepticism into a habit, Alex defeated the digital con artist. And you can too. Just remember the key lessons: check the sender, hover over links, verify strange requests, and use MFA. But this leaves us with one final, burning question. We stopped the phantom's attack, but who is the phantom? What drives them? Are they a curious explorer, a digital thief for hire, or just a kid causing chaos from their basement? Not all hackers are created equal. In our next video, we'll uncover the truth about hackers, crackers, and script kiddies. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.